As I go sit into the theater at AMC Orange Park, there's only two things that's going through my mind. Is one, how very vague the plot and story was, explaining what it was on both IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. So I really don't know nothing much about this movie other than the very brief, if you even call that brief, of what the movie is. Second thing is that I just sit down with zero expectations for this film. Another thing that does cross my mind is knowing that this is a Florida film. So this movie was filmed in South Florida, and being a Floridian, I'm living in Florida, and who was born in Key West, Florida, this is just a film that I think would hold dear, hopefully, but again, with zero expectations. To begin clearly, this is a movie I was not expecting at all whatsoever. I didn't know who the director was. I didn't know the actors. I didn't know the music composer. I absolutely knew nothing about this film. So if you don't want anything explained, I'm not going to spoil the film for you. But if you really think this film might intrigue you, you can stop this video now, go and watch it. Come back and finish watching this video if you wish or choose to do so. However, I'm going to probably be quite vague in this video. It begins with this family of four, and they live in South Florida. What city? It's not quite clear, but they live there. The mother and father, they have a business. They are family-owned contractors, and they have a son and a daughter. They're both in high school. The son is into sports, so he is a wrestler. The daughter, it speaks a little bit about her, but she's artistic. And that's basically what we know with the family. However, a certain tragedy takes place with this family, and they must come together through this redemption of forgiveness, of putting aside selfishness, and just learning how to be a family and learning how to love each other and to get past this certain tragedy which takes place. When I say this movie is amazing, I can't even put it into words. Amazing is not even enough. Miraculous is not enough. This movie is superb in every format of the way. It is marvelous. It has great scenes. It has bright colors. It's just vibrant and just pops right out of the screen, and everything in this movie is just beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it is just brilliantly done. This characters, you can't help but be fully invested in every character inside here, and it just plays with the emotions of every single one. Not really playing, it really helps open up who these people are and how they view their role in a family and the things that take place. It is so realistic. It felt like I believe this was a real family. There was nothing that felt like acting. There was nothing that felt like it was fake. There was nothing about this film that felt in any way artificial, but it felt like an organic film, a life that was just forming and it was just moving along, and you can help but just come along with these people and experience this journey with them. It was absolutely amazing and incredible. After watching it, I instantly looked up who the director was, and I found out he directed this movie I have right here beside me. It Comes at Night, and as I say, it's not what a movie that people, again, expect to see. And I have to say, I really enjoy his films. I'm sorry, the director's name is Trey Edward Schultz, and I'm expecting to see more great things from this director. He directed another movie I did not watch and did not know about, and I'm going to look back up to see what it's called because I have to watch this movie. This movie right here is quite phenomenal, but this movie, Waves, blew me out. It had me bursting out crying in more than like 2 or 3 scenes. And it just grabbed me by the heartstrings, and I pulled and it yanked them, and it just like put them back inside, and it just made me feel all twisted inside with emotions. And it was so, the characters were, each one of them was so well done. There was such complexity to it, and I could not help but just feel the experience and the raw emotions coming from them. It was just simply amazing, and this is the type of film I want to see more of. This movie, besides Joker, was quite possibly my most favorite film I have seen so far this year. I know I have some great films I have put down the list that I liked, but these two films really, this film, I think, made the biggest impact for me this year. I will forewarn you that in the very first 3 minutes, if you have motion sickness, it may disturb your eyes because it does go through a roller coaster of a ride with the camera that's always consistently moving, and it goes in this circle going around and around, and you may get a bit of motion sickness. So if you do have motion sickness, I just am forewarning you of those first 3 minutes. That's what you're going to experience. However, this movie, it is a strong R rating, and this doesn't feel like so much of entertaining, but more of an experience of a film. Because films are made to entertain us, and they're made to surprise us, to make us laugh, cry, and feel emotion and so forth. This movie does that, but there are certain films that are made to be as an experience, and this is quite an experience of a film. So please do understand the reasoning for the rating of this, and I'm going to put the content of the reason why it's rated R right now. Just letting you know, it is a strong R, and just for something different, I'm going to put the topics that should be discussed in this film, because this film does touch on those discussion topics, and this will make a great conversation with somebody. I believe it is one of the best films I've seen, and I can't say that enough because it is really fantastic. It's brilliantly made, brilliantly shot. Love the colors, and love just everything. The sound, the music, everything was just done just right, and you felt like this was actually a real family dealing with real issues. And I will hopefully see you around. Have a lovely day. Take care. Cheers.